with the Metals Minute. Today is Wednesday, May 15th, 2024. Well, today we want to answer the question, is silver a good long-term investment? And using some of the same measurements and same thinking criteria we applied to gold, I believe you'll agree with me that silver can be a great long-term investment. Let's talk about the numbers first. It's been a great week for all four metals. Gold is up near record levels it touched on. Today we have silver that popped up over $30, settled down at $29 and change. So, and it's up like 7.5% for the week. All four metals are higher. The details are in the write-up. Let's talk about the law of averages as we apply that to silver. Now, we did a video a few weeks ago about gold and how the law of averages favors gold. I've got a link to that in today's write-up. Using the same line of thinking, we can apply that to silver. And typically when people evaluate the long-term performance of an investment, they'll look at 1 year, 5 year, 10 year, and 20-year records if it's available. Many investments haven't been around that long. Silver has no problem coming up with a 20-year track record. So when we look at the 20-year record for silver, we see that there's been an average performance of 8.04% per year for 20 years. Now when we look at the 10-year, we see an average of 4.29% per year. And some will say, well, that's pretty lackluster. Well, it depends what we compare it to. If we're comparing it to typical bank interest rates over the last 10 years, those rates are right at 1% a year average. Keep in mind, the rates have only gotten up to what silver's averaged for the last 10 years in the last year and a half. Could you get that at a bank? So silver did 3 times what the typical bank interest rate was doing for the last 10 years. So that's not too bad for lackluster performance. But the other thing to keep in mind is that if the 20-year average is over 8% and the 10-year average was only slightly over 4%, that means we should have several years of outperformance for silver just to get back to the long-term average of 8. And in fact, the 5-year average is confirming that philosophy. The 5-year average for silver is 14.51% per year. And of course, the 1 year's up 23% from a year ago today. So silver seems to be following in that pattern that we saw earlier for gold. Keep in mind, silver's more volatile than gold, and there'll be periods of time like now where silver's pulling ahead of gold on a performance basis. There'll be times when it slips back below. Gold is more steady, it's more secure. Silver's more volatile, but it also offers more opportunities when it's a good time, and I believe now is a good time. Another indicator is the gold-silver ratio. You can be checking that out. We'll discuss that one more in detail, Lord willing, next week. But that also indicates that silver has a bright future ahead. So thanks a lot for tuning in. We'll see you again soon. Have a great rest of your week.